Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, Vibing After Dark _ with Mo. And if you're new to my channel, how about hit that subscribe button? And if you're a returning subscriber, how about sending it to a family or friend so they can vibe out with us? And please, 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 please make sure you like this video. That helps out a lot, and thanks in advance. Okay, so as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are going to be getting into this thing that's going on, that's trending. Jada is pretty much going on a tell-all tour because she's promoting her new book. And in her book, she's telling everything that went on in their marriage. And she's being open and honest about their separation and things like that. So I'm going to be playing y'all mostly audio of like certain things and key points that she pointed out about the marriage and the relationship. So let's get straight into it. So a few days ago, Jada did an interview and it went viral because she started to say that her and Will have been separated for about 7 years now. So I'm going to read y'all what she had to say, and then I'm going to have the clip to play y'all. It says, Jada Pinkett Smith said that while she has considered a legal divorce from Will Smith, she has never been able to go through with it. I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever, Pinkett Smith says in an exclusive clip from her upcoming NBC News primetime special. Then she goes on to say, I just haven't been able to break that promise, Pinkett Smith says. According to Pinkett Smith, she and Smith have been separated and have lived completely separated lives since 2016, nearly 20 years after they married in 1997. So here's the video clip of what made Jada go viral these last couple of days.
Sometimes. Yeah. So why do that? Like, what was the reason?
I think just not ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out.
Why did the relationship fracture?
Oh, why it fractured, that's a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I think by the time we got to 2016, we were just exhausted with trying. I think we were both kind of still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be.
Jada says she considered a legal divorce, but could never go through with it.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
I feel like
Okay, so after that came out, everybody started bashing Jada, saying that she just want attention, she doing this for clout, leave Will alone, they making like Will is a victim, and everything else. But let me play y'all another clip of her explaining and expressing herself of how she felt when Will Smith had slapped Chris Rock. She was basically saying that her and Will has not called each other husband and wife in so long, so she was shocked for him to even have act like that and said, basically, keep my wife's name out your mouth. So she was like, that came to a shock to her. And then she explained about what Chris Rock came to her and said afterwards.
I'm really shocked because, mind you, I'm not there. We have each other, husband and wife, in a long time. I'm like, what is going on right now?
Keep my wife's name
out of your mouth, right? And I'm like, but now I'm really worried for Will because I don't know what's going on. Chris looks to me and he says, Jada, I meant no harm. Now I'm just out of it because I'm really worried about
and
Will.
What's Will doing? He's just sitting there?
And Will's still talking. He's like, he's still, because now he's mad because Chris is talking to me. And I go, Chris, this is about some old shit. That's all I could think to say, right? And I couldn't really take in his apology.
You became the bad guy. Look what Jada made him do. Jada rolled her eyes and look what he did. He ran up there and hit Chris. Poor Will. That's what the narrative became. So poor Will because of the
adulterous wife.
Yeah.
Who forced him to go to the table and sit there, you know what I mean? And now look at what she's done. She has the power with an eye roll to make him go up and slap somebody on stage.
So now I want to move on to her doing another interview with someone else. And she was just expressing how on and off they were, not in a relationship, but they didn't want to come out to the public. And then that'll lead me into the August Alsina situation.
There were different stages in my marriage where Will and I decided we were not together. Where we didn't tell the public, right? Where I was actually thinking about divorcing, separating. I mean, there have been several of those, right? And where we've gone and lived our separate lives. So I think within that is where people might have thought that, oh, they must be having an open relationship. And we just didn't want people to know the dynamic of what was happening between us. We didn't think that that was anybody else's business. And so I think that that's where sometimes that confusion came in.
Okay, so the open marriage stuff came about when it came out that August Alsina and Jada Pinkett was dating together, or whatever you want to call it. They made a big name of the entanglement, and this was revealed. So I remember August Alsina went on a podcast with Angela Yee telling his side of the story, and he said Will Smith actually gave him basically his blessings to talk to Jada. And so people was finding that pretty strange when this came out. I'm going to play y'all that clip too. But people was finding it strange because if they're supposed to be in a marriage, why would he give them the blessings? So Will Smith, people were saying that, he has been bisexual. So they feel that this is why Jada is really not happy in a relationship. And could be a reason of why it's an open relationship.
Dating Jada Pinkett Smith, and that was something that was circulating as a rumor, and that kind of solidified it to people. So
I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, not involving romanticism. He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, and I truly and really, really deeply loved and have a ton of love for her. I devoted myself to it. I gave my full self to it. So much so to the point that I can die right now and be okay with knowing that I truly gave myself to somebody.
Right, you did the right thing.
And I really loved a person. I experienced that. I know what that feels like, and some people never get that in this lifetime. So I know that I'm completely blessed. And this conversation is difficult because there's so much that it would be hard for people to understand.
Okay.
So you heard what August had to say, and to me, it seemed like during this whole relationship, Jada really was not happy with Will Smith. Now, I don't know if she wasn't happy with Will because of who Will is, or she just felt like the person that she loved the most, which was Tupac, was gone, and so she kind of settled with Will, but then coming to the realization that she still can't be happy. Like, Will cannot make her happy. And a lot of people were saying that she is doing, like, the most because she's still stuck on this, unalive person, which is Tupac. Like, she living her life in a fantasy, and she just really trying to find things to make her happy, which she cannot make herself happy. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna show y'all what Will said he was just gonna let her be because he know that he can't make her happy. But I'm gonna play y'all this clip because Jada, it went viral again. Well, this clip went viral too because Jada was explaining and saying that Tupac actually proposed to her. But this TikToker came and she did a whole timeline that I'm going to show y'all where she feel like Jada was not telling the truth because Tupac was married during the time that she said that Tupac had proposed to her. But before I play y'all that clip, I want to read y'all this letter right here that been written. It said, "You will never fully understand how deeply my heart feels for you. I worry that we'll grow apart and I'll end up losing you. You bring me to climax without sex and you do it all with regal grace. You are my heart in human form, a friend I could never replace.
Is lying, and I have the timeline to prove it, and I'm literally in the middle of moving. That's why I look raggedy, but I cannot handle these fucking lies anymore. Jada is currently on her Pay Attention to Me tour, and she is making all these wild claims, including that Tupac proposed to her while he was at Rikers. Really? The math isn't mathing, so let's take a look. Tupac was convicted of sexual assault charges on February 8th, 1995. From there, he was sent to Rikers Prison, only to be transferred less than a month later to Clinton Correctional Facility. And she specifically said she went to see him. This was not on the phone.
Book when I go to see him in Rikers, probably one of the more painful parts. Seeing him there, the condition that he was in, and having to leave him there.
Cool. So prior to going into Rikers, Tupac already had a girlfriend named Keisha. He proposed to Keisha, her words, in a September 2011 interview. He proposed to Keisha before he even went into prison. They were already engaged. They got married in April. And in the time that he got sentenced and was taken to prison, Keisha actually moved closer to be by him and be by the prison and saw him on a near daily basis.
When he asked me to get married, he was at Rikers.
So you're telling me that in the 3 to 4 week window that he was at Rikers, engaged to another woman who had moved closer to the prison and was there almost every day, Tupac proposed to Jada. But hey, Jess, you might be saying to yourself, Tupac wasn't known to be a one-woman man. He was no angel. Fair enough. Let's see where Jada was during February of 1995, which was, as we've already established, the only time she would have been able to see Tupac at Rikers since he was only there for less than a month. You see, Jada had already met Will Smith in 1994 on the set of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but Will Smith was married, and so nothing happened between them. But in February of 1995, Will Smith was served divorce papers by his wife. 5 days later, on February 19th, Will called Jada and said, "Are you single?" And she said, "Yep." Will said, "We're together now." Jada said, "Cool." And she immediately flew to LA. She flew so immediately that when he called her, she was in Maryland at a brand new house she bought. And she never spent a single night in her new house. That's how immediately she flew to LA.
So with that being said, her obsession and love for Tupac seemed to be like spreading through the whole household. And it showed so much that Willow, at the age of 11, Willow wrote Tupac a letter. And mind you now, Tupac was already not here, meaning he was already unalived by the time Willow was 11 and writing this letter to Tupac. So I'm going to read y'all the letter, and then Kodak Black, he came out and he responded to the letter, basically to Will Smith. So Willow letters reads, "Dear Tupac, I know you are alive someplace. I think that my mommy really misses you. Can you please come back? Can you come back so my mommy and me can be happy? I wish you were here. I really do. Love, Willow." And that's really weird to me, because how much did she show in the household that she loved Tupac for Willow at 11 years old to even write this letter? That's so crazy. That means you really was obsessing over Tupac in your household, being that you was married to Will Smith. That's why these kids been raised or grew up like weird, like, because the whole household dynamic was just weird. But here's Kodak's response to Willow's letter, and this was in 2022.
Crazy. You got my daughter right there, Tupac, like he got, like he's somewhere buried, like he's somewhere alive, like y'all know what I'm saying? Some crazy, like she finna put the in a bottle and throw that in the ocean somewhere, and that's gonna get the Tupac in Cuba somewhere. I would have whooped Willow ass, homie. I would have whooped her stupid. I would have snatched my belt off, homie, and whooped her dumb. And she went time out. Punishment. I ain't know that. Time out. I ain't with you. Matter of fact, I ain't your daddy. Man, adopt you a baby. Go ahead, get you a whole nother daughter. Go ahead, get you a whole nother daughter, bitch. Adopt you one. One who gonna praise you, gonna cherish you. Know what I'm saying? supposed to be my daughter, daddy's girl. You supposed to be my daughter. Daughter's supposed to love their daddy, bro. You crazy to be daddy, baby. Bro, that
So y'all heard what Kodak had to say about it, but actually the late Kevin Samuels is the one who came out with the letter. Well, not came out, but actually made it resurfaced and go viral. So here's another thing that went on in the relationship when they came to the Red Table Talk, and Jada revealed that she never wanted to get married in the first place. They only got married because her mother, made it seem like she had to get married. So I'm going to play y'all this. And Will wanted to always get married since the age of 5, he said. He envisioned having a wife and a family.
That I had to have a wedding. Yeah. I was so pissed.
I
went crying down the freaking aisle.
Getting married.
Married. Cried the whole way. I really didn't want to get married, but...
We only got married because Gammy was crying.
I was under so much pressure, being a young actress, being young, and I was just like pregnant. And I was just like, I didn't know what to do. But I just knew, I was like, I never wanted to be married.
The wedding was horrible.
It was a horrible wedding.
It was a mess. Jada was sick. She was very unpleasant. Wouldn't cope. But she was sick. She didn't cooperate with anything.
You were 6 months pregnant at the wedding.
No, I was
How many? 3? Wasn't a day in my life that I wanted anything other than being married and having a family.
Wow.
From
well, thank the good Lord.
Literally 5 years old, I was picturing what my family would be.
Wow.
Ooh, Lord, so that's a lot. It's a lot more I can actually dig up, but the video will be super long. So I'm going to just stop right here with the video, and I might make another part to the video. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. But like I said, she's basically doing all these interviews and telling all this stuff because she's promoting her book called Worthy. And this is what Will Smith had to say to her in regards to her book and her coming out with everything.
I applaud and honor you. If I had read this book 30 years ago, I definitely would have hugged you more. I'll start now. Welcome to the Authors Club. I love you endlessly. Now go get some Merlot and take a rest.
He know I can't have no Merlot. That's beautiful. That's why I can't divorce that joker.
I literally said to Jada, that's it. I retire. I retire from trying to make you happy. I need you to go make yourself happy and just prove to me that it's even possible.
All right, you guys, that's all I have for you in today's video. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. Do y'all think nothing can make Jada happy? Or do y'all think she just still stuck on Tupac? Or do y'all think Will is secretly gay and that's the whole reason? And they just keeping this family secret? I don't know. Y'all let me know down in the comment section below. I do comment back. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.